Tamron Hall embodies many aspirational qualities. She's an award-winning journalist, lauded TV host, and even finds time for serious activism. But despite appearing so natural on the small screen, Hall hasn't always known the star-studded world in which she thrives. This is the stunning transformation of Tamron Hall. When it comes to origin stories, Hall's is as humble as they come. She told Digital Journal, "I was born in Luling, Texas, which is an incredibly small town, population I think like 1,000, if that, and I grew up very, very poor. Our entertainment was a water hose and spraying it at each other running around."
And this is where my grandfather's home once stood. In fact, these are the steps.
She was born to a single mother, and all of the people in her life nurtured her ambitions. Hall revealed in a Google Talk,
I was always raised in an environment where I was surrounded by strong women, really, really strong women.
She also had her grandfather's support and eventually the love of a stepfather, whom she views as the father she was meant to have. Thanks to the support of those around her, Hall was able to thrive.
They were just really salt of the earth people who never let me believe that winning wasn't an option.
Hall hit the ground running when it came to her career. Her first job out of college was as a reporter at KBTX in Texas, according to MSNBC. After that, she spent 4 years at KTVT Dallas before later moving onto a 10-year stint at WFLD Chicago in 1997. She joked in Variety magazine, "I've interviewed every celebrity chef there is. Give me a microphone, point to the camera, and we'll get it done." She was also nominated for an Emmy Award for her Consumer Reports segment, The Bottom Line. Those early years set Hall up for success and helped her grow as a journalist. She told the outlet, "I don't need big packets of information. I don't have to have a teleprompter. It's just the training I've had over the years." But despite her success, Hall was about to experience something she could never prepare for. In 2004, devastating tragedy impacted Hall's life in a big way. People reported that after enduring years of domestic abuse from multiple men, Hall's sister, Renata, was found beaten to death in the pool of her Texas home.
I called my dad, and my dad, ever so, steady, said, "Baby, Renata is dead."
No arrest was ever made in the case of Renata's death, but Hall had witnessed the man, who was later named as the only person of interest, act violently toward her late sister before. Hall later told People, "Do we know who did this to her as defined by a court of law? No, but I can tell you I witnessed an act of violence and there were only 2 other people in that room."
We know who was responsible, but separate and apart from her death, we know and witnessed, and I witnessed, incidents of violence.
It was much later that Hall was able to speak about domestic violence publicly and advocate for survivors. 10 years after her sister's death, Hall decided that she wanted to do something, telling the Griot, "My sister's case has led me to focus a lot of my attention on domestic violence. My journey to speak out on domestic violence was based on conversations that I had with my sister."
So how do you think we can save a life?
In 2014, Hall participated in Today's Shine a Light series to raise awareness of domestic violence. She wrote for Today, "Our goal is to produce a PSA that could be shown to girls and boys in school, at camp, at church, and after-school events. The focus is to show them that love doesn't have to hurt and what is the right and wrong way to love." After working over a decade in local stations in Texas and Chicago, Hall landed a gig at MSNBC in 2007. She held a variety of positions at the network, including anchoring News Nation, hosting Dateline, covering the 2012 London Olympics, and hosting the NBC News special The Inauguration of Barack Obama, the latter earning her an Emmy for outstanding live coverage in 2010.
That history was there in front of you, and history for the first time looked like me.
Then, in 2013, Hall signed on with Investigation Discovery to host Deadline Crime with Tamron Hall. The show dove deep into true crime stories, something obviously near and dear to Hall's heart. She told the Griot,
I think the show is consistent with a lot of what you see on Discovery ID. They are just intrigued and really pulled in by real-life drama.
2014 proved to be a major year for Hall when she made history as the first Black woman to become an anchor on The Today Show.
There are days where I look through my phone at all of the celebrity selfies and moments on the show that we've snapped. It's like, that happened?
And as you might expect, Hall was thrilled to land the position. She admitted to Essence, "How could I not be walking on cloud 9? I'm part of this for women, for Black women, for all of us, and I'm just taken aback by it."
I'm like 10 or 12 years old. I've never seen an African-American, anchor. My dad said that could be you.
While Hall acknowledges how groundbreaking it is to be the face of change, she hopes people can see her whole story too. She told Digital Journal, "While it is an incredible honor to have the description of being the first African-American woman on the Today Show, it's not the total sum of my experience. I don't want it to be the total sum of who I am." For as much as Tamron Hall has evolved throughout her life, one thing has remained a constant for her: her faith. She shared with Good Morning Texas, "It's everything to me because we face things that we cannot explain. I'm able to step out on faith because I believe I am protected." Her strong spirituality also provides Hall with a genuine sense of purpose in her life. She added, "I believe that God is watching me, and my mother reminds me all the time, God did not bring you this far to let you go. So whatever the unknown variable is, I believe that God is taking care of it, and I'm meant to learn a lesson from it, but it is not meant to break me." Everyone on Team Tamron was crestfallen when her departure from the Today Show was announced in 2017.
As some of you may have heard by now, our good friend Tamron Hall has decided to leave NBC News.
The news came less than a week after NBC made public that they would be replacing Hall's hour on the show, which she co-anchored with Al Roker, with programming hosted by Megyn Kelly. The decision to replace two successful black co-anchors with a white journalist who had been criticized for offensive remarks about people of color in the past was met with ire by the National Association of Black Journalists, who accused NBC of whitewashing. Kelly has since been let go from Megyn Kelly today for offensive remarks about donning blackface, as reported by NBC News. But despite what people might have speculated, Hall eventually came to terms with the turn of events. She told Variety, "I did not leave NBC with grr anger. Was there disappointment? Absolutely. Do I feel phenomenal today? Absolutely." In 2017, just 3 months before the New York Times broke the story on Harvey Weinstein's alleged misconduct, Hall had signed a contract with the Weinstein Company for a talk show.
The New York Times reporting allegations by numerous women who say the Hollywood mogul sexually harassed them.
But when she found out about the allegations against the now disgraced executive, she was horrified. She said in an interview with HuffPost, "It's a woman's worst nightmare to be in a situation where you believe someone more powerful has control over your life. I immediately thought about the women who have suffered in silence and were paralyzed by fear. Fear that I've seen with domestic violence survivors. Fear that I've seen when I interviewed women who were assaulted on their college campuses." In fact, Hall was apparently so furious that she picked up the phone and called Weinstein at 5 o'clock in the morning to confront him about the allegations with a take-no-prisoners approach. Weinstein apologized to her and claimed he needed help. In a 2018 interview with Black Enterprise, Hall revealed an unpleasant encounter she had on social media. She explained, "I try to never get into Twitter fights. I just don't have the temperament for them. But I said the other day in an interview that I am unapologetically black. I'm not anti-anyone, but I am certainly proud of the Southern black people who raised me."
I'm the girl next door. I'm the girl from the underdog background, but that doesn't make me extraordinary. That makes me like my neighbors who are also the girls and guys next door.
But it seemed not everyone was feeling so positive about Hall's statement, and they took to social media to let her know just how they felt. She continued, "So on Twitter, this white male writer, someone I don't know, says, 'Oh, why'd you have to say that?' I said to him on Twitter, 'First of all, why did that bother you?'" She further elaborated on that sentiment, noting, "It should never bother someone that you are unapologetically who you are. I am unapologetically Texan, Southern, a black woman. I come from my culture, but I am inclusive.
And I choose to use my voice for a greater good. And if someone thinks it's exploitation or they're tired of another celebrity telling a story, that's your problem."
As Hall has gotten older, she's realized that while she's been very successful in her career, there are a few things she'd like to spend more time appreciating. She shared in her talk with Google,
I've been on TV since I was 18, and I never truly stopped to smell the roses because I was always looking for the next garden.
In fact, her hustle kept her so busy that she once worked 3 separate gigs at the same time. Given that, it makes sense that she simply hasn't had time to appreciate other aspects of her life. So Hall is making sure to slow things down a little bit and cultivate a life outside of work. She said,
"It's like I'm stopping to smell the flowers in the garden and individually what they mean for my life. We all owe it to ourselves ultimately to stop and smell the roses."
Hall blew up Instagram in March 2019 with a double surprise announcement. She posted a video and a picture of herself revealing that she was pregnant, writing, "I've wanted to share this news for many months, and now finally my doctor has said I am in a safe place at 32 weeks to share my joy with y'all." So it's clear a daytime talk show isn't the only thing I've been trying to produce.
Ultimately, with my schedule, with my life, I want to make sure that I'm a present parent.
But Hall wasn't done sharing the good news. In the same post, she revealed she was also married, writing, "My husband Steven and I are beyond excited." She then asked her followers for prayers and good energy, assuring her followers that she would have more to share when the baby arrived. Fans finally got to meet her bundle of joy, a son, Moses, on April 25th, 2019. So what's next for this multi-talented award winner, considering everything that's been going on in her life? Well, she's finally getting her very own show. She gushed in a post to her Instagram, "When one door closes, say it with me, another one opens." Disney just announced that my nationally syndicated daytime talk show Tamron Hall will premiere on September 9th, 2019. And that's not all. She's also making some other big moves. She revealed, "I am also proud to share that I will serve as an executive producer on our new show alongside legendary producer Bill Getty." Hall is finally truly taking the reins in regards to her career, and Getty has expressed his excitement about the venture too. He shared in an interview with Broadway World, "Everyone will learn what I already know, that Tamron Hall is the real thing we've been searching for in daytime talk. Tamron will bring her abundant wit, style, intelligence, and warmth to her show. She has the unparalleled breadth of experience to talk and listen to all sides and bring folks together." Considering the incredible life this talented woman has already lived, did you expect anything less? We can't wait to tune in for our favorite host.
You're coming into our community, you're coming into our house, so let's talk about it.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.